A fraud, a person or thing intended to deceive others, typically by unjustifiably claiming or being credited with accomplishments or quality. It's always good to read and expand your vocabulary like I had to growing up. Now there are plenty of frauds I could go into from real life, but nah, I'm choosing from these bums I grew up with. The universe of Sonic has plenty of characters, too many to the point where no bibber babble. These guys at Sega had to Hakai these dudes out of the verse at some point. I mean, Silver ain't do nothing for real since his original appearance. General might as well just be a comic exclusive character at this point. And let's be honest here, name one thing Cream has done since the Advance or even Heroes games. Exactly, nothing. There's a reason why my Wooders have been trying to get some of these guys to become more relevant. Make sure you guys check those out below. Today though, as gassed up and power scaled correctly as the cast is now, there are too many fakers, too many frauds that have been going under the radar for a while now. And like an exorcist, I'm here to expose them, rebuke their fraudulentlessness, however how you pronounce that word. First one up though on the list of frauds is... Oh brother, this dude really think he could pull more girls than me. Shadow, the unattainable Lifeform. The ultimate tag clearly belongs to someone less sorry. I feel no shame when saying that the favorite character, probably half of the weirdo part of the Sonic fanbase, is a fraud. A faker. Faker? Yes, you dog, you. Pointing your bum self out like Jesus did Judas in the Last Supper. I understand I made that whole passing on the mantle joke back in my Sonic Betrayed and Trapped video, but that was all jokes. Big cannot be compared to what I'm about to describe later on. I got two reasons immediately of why this man is a fraud. This dude Shadow is a failed aura farmer. Ever since this Negronic Hedgehog showcased Chaos Control for the first time in Sonic Adventure 2, he just doesn't know what to do with himself anymore. Every attempt after this is him trying to recreate the same moment from back then. That was his peak. Do you guys see how much he was trying to aura farm in his own game?
You've got to be kidding me, guys. This is like taking candy from a baby, which is fine by me.
Oh my god, oh hell no, man. What the...
Do you know how many times I was laughing back then when I was watching one of my old game review YouTubers, Some Call Me Johnny, give me the plot synopsis of this game? Shadow clearly has forgotten memory, already has friends through Rouge and Omega. Nah man, I'ma drop all of that for some weak cursing and hanging out with some demons. This just make no sense. You see, I'm not really that much of a comic reader, I'm too busy reading other stuff like some church history stuff a little bit and even philosophy, but I know from this IDW series, this fraud pulls out one of the most egregious voice lines in history. In the middle of a metal zombie apocalypse, Sonic is trying to tell this man to run away, tee up, get out of here. This dude Shadow turns around, puffs up his chest, maybe even does a quick Vegeta thumbs up pose on the side, and says, "Cowards run, I win." Are we serious? Not Cell Game Shadow acting different all of a sudden. Nah, this is actual clown behavior if I've seen anything. This is exactly why if you look back at my old sprite animating days on this channel, I made you lose to Mario for a reason. Nah, this is great. I get to reference my 4-year-old animations now. I mean, who does this guy think he is?
Mario! Oh yeah!
This is exactly why I did him dirty in this fight, to equalize things a little bit. You guys see this ease? Hey! Even when I animated this man getting a power-up, instead of just finishing him off, no, he has to stand there and charge up to attempt to aura farm. Let's see what the final result ends up being, and it's...
Cowards run, I win. Cowards run, I win. Cowards run, I
win. Man, I definitely gotta make a video talking about my sprite animating days. But to get back on topic, Exhibit B, For an ultimate life form, Shadow's whole existence is contingent on others and nobody wants to talk about it. I've been slowly mentioning since the absurd Sonic video, but Shadow really got like 3 father figures if you really think about it. Without that, he's just another bum-failed experiment like the Bio Lizard. Without Gerald Robotnik's kooky crash-out self wanting to create somebody to help with his granddaughter's illnesses, he wouldn't be here. Without Black Doom sprinkling, a little bit of that alien-looking game mates, DNA, whatever you want to call it, to that concoction, he would have no chaos powers, he wouldn't be Black, he wouldn't be here. And finally, the point that gets me the most, if it wasn't for the Echidna painting predicting super or maybe even hypersonic bodying Eggman's bum self in the events of Sonic 3 that Gerald will later look out for inspiration, he wouldn't be here. For all the annoyance he gives Mr. I'm just a guy that loves adventure, that dude should be dusted, not cleaning the shoes off this dog. Without the speed over here, he would even have the ability to brag like he does now. Alright, let's push you right here. That's one fraud down, and I know a lot of people are gonna hate me for this next one, but I don't really care. Metal Sonic is a jobber. Clanker. Now I understand Metal Sonic, has been getting some respect lately, but that was only for the past few years. Let's not forget this man still peaked in Heroes / the OVA. What I'm talking about, the days before and after those games take place. The years of time after CD and Heroes where you some weak DLC on Sonic 4 Episode 2. Couldn't even play that junk, I had the light version growing up. Diving into the jobber part, throughout most of his career, I truly believe Metal Sonic is only used when Eggman runs out of ideas. I mean, it's like having the bird Pokemon in your team you never let go because he's been here for so long. Metal had it bad, man. Did you guys peep the ending of Knuckles Chaotix? Fire looking design, just for his final hit to probably be hit by Charmy or something. Charmy, guys, Gen Alpha iPad kid in Sonic form. I would be sick to my stomach. Come on guys, level with me. What business does Metal have being in Sonic Riders? Out here trying to rock these glasses and red scarf. What date did he just come out of? Like, what kind of Mario Sunshine looking vacation? I mean, he does look cool, I'm not even gonna hate that much. Even in his peak, he's still jobbing a little bit. Talk about some
all Lifeform data successfully copied.
Isn't this you? I got enough time to finish boiling me up some eggs before this dude's finished transforming. You know what makes this even worse? It's probably the last thing this dude Metal saw before he got hit with that Windows blue screen? Besides your own rival, the original smiling back at you in a super form, tails in the back, another fraud with a super bubble, not even a form, a super bubble geeking out in the background knowing he just beat you up. I wouldn't let that slide. I'm sorry, man. All of that just to be built back up again, still riding the coattails of the Stardust Speedway Bad Future theme for the rest of his existence. Metal Sonic is the embodiment of Control C, Control V, when he really is Control Alt Delete. That lame computer joke I just made. Exhibit Dose, he's not the real Sonic. Matter of fact, not only that, his aura is not unique. All the other Metal counterparts do it just as good as him or even better. Don't even get me started. Mecha Sonic from Super Mario Bros. Z, straight Terminator activity. They got an irrelevant Sonic 3 boss surpass their original just with this sound effect alone. Goosebumps, and this is me without even mentioning the evolved form of Metalix, Shard, who knows, maybe even Silver Sonic got something in his bag we don't know about. All these years of hating, all these years of being mad at your original and not a single W taken. Which at least the other 2 frauds on this list can say they did that. It's crazy that ironically every Metal counterpart I've named has appeared more on my channel as a what if or the spry animation more than Metal Sonic himself. It's kinda sad in the way. The first video that ever blew up for me in any sort of way across all my channels was my Sonic vs Metal Sonic fight if you look down below in my old videos. But just like the conclusion of that fight, he's not beating the original. But I do gotta admit, if it wasn't for the dedicated fanbase this dude got going on, he'll be way worse off in this list. But don't worry guys, I think I found a suitable rival for Metal Sonic. With that out of the way, now that we finally got inmate number 2 on the list of frauds, there's only one more I plan to talk about today. A character I've been enjoying slandering lately. I'm just gonna say it like I did last time. Knock knock, it's Knuckles. You're a fake, you're a fraud. Your fraudness surpasses everyone here. or what I like to call him, Knuckles, the Negronic knockoff. I've never seen a character fall from grace such as these. The dog literally has everything going for him: a dope introduction, him knocking the super out of Supersonic, arguably the most interesting lore in the series as an echidna like Shadow with the black arms. In a well executed design that stands out from Sonic, what could possibly go wrong?
No matter what it takes, I have to get back. It's my mission to guard the master.
Exhibit A. This man is the worst option for a guardian the echidnas could have possibly chosen. All of this dedication for this? I should have known he was slowly becoming a fraud when he goes from geeking, cheesing on the traps he was pulling on Sonic and Tails back on Angel Island, to him tapping his feet and thinking about what he did after getting beat then zapped by Eggman. And he's just chilling with Eggman, using one of his machines in Sonic Advance 2. You know, the same guy that tried to take over your island, you know, destroy the world, revive Perfect Chaos, aka the Genghis Khan to the echidnas. No wonder why Tikal's always praying. The gem gets destroyed every other week. What strength feats has Knuckles displayed that no one else in the cast can do? Guys, I'm looking at the comics, and even your Go has a whole dedicated arc to his mind being taken over. You know, I know Enerjok is cool and all, he's a menace, but Knuckles gotta be a frequent visitor of the special stage, if you understand. I don't know who his remaining parents or guardians were, but clearly they didn't give him enough common sense to survive off of. Fro is basically Eggman's most loyal employee. He keeps handing him the emerald every time they meet. I'm appalled people still want to call Knuckles black. I don't want to be racially associated with this dude. My Haitian ancestors bodied the French, fought for their freedom so I can stand here today as the first freed black race. You know, us Haitian solo, Haitian, we up, Haitian LA. I don't need to see Knuckles' slow self in the history books. Exhibit B, and come on guys, look at how this man was talking in Lost World. If I was Sonic, I would have handled it. You mean this? You mean your bum self getting bodied by 3 gamers at the same time as Sonic Battle, which had younger me almost breaking my Wii out of frustration? I'm feeling like Moses looking down at the people of Israel when they're worshipping the golden calf. It just gets worse and worse. I know a lot of people have already roasted this version of Knuckles, but it just shows how much little respect this fraud even had from his creators.
What? Just because I'm a meathead doesn't mean I'm not a feminist.
Oh, brother, bro. You mean the ideology that's all about hating beautiful women and creating even further divide among men and women? A strong dude with a weak mindset. Crazy. And wait. What am I hearing? First off, I can't relate. I'm not seeing it, dog. There is no attraction for me anything animal related. But second, Knuckles, who's the type of girl to appear on the whatever podcast? What are you talking about, man? You know what? I'm going all in on the hatred. You know, maybe Knuckles' people should have died off. You know, these barbarians already killed a couple child, already ranking low on the race list. At this point, I'm just anti-echidna. You know, these guys' lives do not matter. I mean, there's only one man left. All we need is Eggman to tell Sonic that he stole the Master Emerald again. And watch as a moth is to flame, he immediately goes to our specialized trap with no questions asked. But maybe I'm a little too harsh. Maybe it's the years of me growing up, barely being able to play as this dude growing up on these Sonic mobile running games. You know, he does have a fire design, you know, cool looking chaos form from the comics. Maybe I'm just releasing all this pent up aggression in this video. Maybe I should lighten up on these 3. I mean, they're stuck in a series where there's 50 other characters they have to compete with for screen time. So I'm gonna take a step back, you know, relax a bit. You know, Knuckles, you're a cool guy.
Whoa, I sound like a fortune cookie. But I don't taste like one.
Never mind. Anyways, there's low-key a bunch of other frauds I could go into, like Tails. I'm looking at you, man. I only went over 3 today, and like I've been saying, depending on how this video goes, is depending on whether I make a sequel or not. Fall semester's almost here, and I need these part-time jobs to get back to me already, especially with these egregious funds YouTube been trying to give me. It hasn't been it for real. Like I said, I'm trying to slowly turn this channel to doing more general topics alongside the what is, so get used to that. Especially gotta make a video talk about spry animating since I did it for how many years. Soon enough it's gonna be a year since me and Stardust had last touched Adobe. Anyways, like always, that's all from me. Might drop more of my second channel videos on here to fulfill the void. Make sure you guys support the Patreon if you want to keep peeping the series. And what if commissions are open if you guys are interested in that. Comment your thoughts and criticisms below if you don't have anything else to say. Dang dog, I almost forgot to shout out the Patreon/channel membership. The real dogs making me not quit this YouTube junk yet. I wanted to shout out to those on the IM tier like Rashid Elegrand and Ellie Marigo. Thank you guys especially for your support. And finally in the one and only tier we have again Etheria X213. And of course the OG Go himself, Carlos P. Shout out to all of you guys, but especially for the first time, Sonic for the $50 tier for his What If commission. I will be handling that soon enough. Thank you guys all for real, man. Yes sir. Have a blessed rest of you guys day in Jesus' name.